Okay, guys, I'm back. Someone screw up my stuff by calling me. Damn. Anyway, so I was talking to how do black women like you who are strong, resilient, have courage. How do you deal with the increasing amount of self-doubt that we have in society because of that's the signs of the time, if you can call it that. It's the way things are in a fast-changing world because we have changed the way people live. We have changed the way we work. We have changed everything. And so, guess what? The brain is adapting to this changing time. And so, do not blame yourself. Do not think that there's something wrong if you have some self doubt. It's you have it less than the rest of us because you have a lot on your plate. You have hundreds of decisions, life and death decisions for you to make every day. As I was saying, I didn't realize I can realize now what it's like as a parent, like my mom, or being a widow or single woman, single mother, or two parents who, because we don't have the village now. Long time ago, you used to have people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You had the village, so you didn't feel alone. You didn't. You could bounce back ideas and decisions to the people around you. So we have a different time. And what I want you to realize that it's not you're not doing anything wrong. It's the way things are. But having said that, is to realize that the way to thrive is to tap into brain science, to tap into how the brain works. Because we have changed the environment, the brain sees things as physical danger and threat. And the main way to thrive in this new environment is to prevent yourself from becoming overwhelmed and stressed out by mindfulness, by incorporating mindful self-care, by knowing that self-care is not selfish, by empowering yourself to know that you deserve to live your best life while you're taking care of others, and by aligning yourself with some 15 to 20, I say 15 to 20 of your core values. And when I say that, I realize that it takes some learning, it takes some education for me to. I've been looking into those things because you know why? Your core values determine your behaviors and habits, and your behaviors and habits determine your action. The decision you make, they all come from the unconscious mind, where your core values are operating automatically. So don't be afraid of aligning 15 to 20 of your core values. Just list them. You don't have to be perfect. When I said list them, I have 25 of them. It's not that I'm living up to them perfectly. But the joke I made, if you don't go out and break the bank, which we all need more money, then you believe in some core values. You teaching your children or the next generation how to live with decency, with compassion. So you have core values you've been living by. What I'm saying is that time is asking for you to write them down, to be intentional and purposeful and mindful. Because if you don't do that, the brain takes them right back into the unconscious mind. Okay. So this is how you can help yourself to deal with self-doubt, which is an inherent part of human life. And but what you have to realize, if it's increasing in today's times, because we live in a fast-paced, changing environment, we have many more choices, many more things to do, and the brain is kind of sometimes struggling to figure out how many of these things can the brain do at one time. So that's what I want to leave you with, to know that you're not doing anything wrong. You have all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the resilience, courage, but to tap into how your brain works, your mind works, meaning that to understand, to align your some 15 to 20 of your core values. 15 to, you know, I mentioned 15 to 20. I had some patients. I realized that some of my patients did 5, 7. I did 2. Human emotions are more complex. Human lives are way more complex than 5, 7 core values. So the more comprehensive, you don't have to be living up. I put things that I'm aspiring to live by, but it doesn't mean that. So I put 25. The more comprehensive, the better it is. But what I'm saying is that you have to write them down and put them on a wall. If you don't do that, then it's going to be hard for your brain to do. And then, you struggle with self doubt. So I'm saying that for busy black women who carry the weight of the world on your shoulder, we need you to thrive, to live your best life because of the mental load sometimes you carry, the weight on your shoulder. So, and a lot of the decisions you're making, they're seemingly life and death decisions. I know making decisions for people, I can only imagine that you worrying about what does that look like 15, 20 years from now. But what I realize, if they're aligned with your core values, then everything will be okay. So that's one, uh, the series I want to talk about this week. How do you overcome and even defeat self doubt and doubting about this, making decisions for other people? Because that happens, especially in a fast paced, changing environment. You can do that by incorporating mindfulness. Mindful self care means this brain has to be relaxed. Meaning that 2 or 3 times a day, you have to sit somewhere and relax your brain for 15 to 20 minutes. Then I call it mindfulness. Mindful self care is the room where things happen. Because if the brain is not relaxed for 15 to 20 minutes, you cannot rewire it. Then once you sit, you do that relaxation thing, whatever you do, combine it with aromatherapy. Then you can take the page of the things that you're trying to do, the goals you're trying to achieve. You can start reading it. That's how you make the brain do things that is not easy to do. But I'm saying that the way to make the brain do things that are not easy to do is to align what you're trying to do with 15 to 20 of your core values. If what you're doing is working, good for you. But if what you do is not working, you're trying to get to this place. Like I've been struggling with a year trying to get a bookkeeping, and I had to write this thing down. This morning, I finally pulled the lever or the trigger, whatever you call it. And I don't blame myself per se. Of course, you don't want to, but because I know if I wrote it down, I wrote down my core values, then it's easier. The brain, it's easier for the brain to do things that are not easy. Okay. So having said that, if you're struggling with things, there's an answer to everything. Everything starts with and ends with the human brain. This is my wheelhouse. So join me, follow me. Okay, you get a free consult. Um, Next, I'll be talking. Actually, I'm writing a white paper, a scientific that we call it a white paper. You're collecting a bunch of scientific facts on how do Black women prevent the top 7 to 5 chronic illnesses. They are totally preventable. So what I'm doing, digressing, right? I am writing about to put together a paper where you can, with to for you to find the top 20 anti-inflammatory food, the top 20 herbs and spices. They're all powerful anti-inflammatory, like ginger, turmeric, and the I said the top and the top 9, the 9 supplements that we all should take. Guess what, guys? They're all weight busters. They're anti-anxiety. They're mood boosters, and they decrease inflammation. All these good things. So I'm putting all in one paper, and I'll let you know. I'm working on that now. Okay. So join me, follow me. If you're having some issues to living your best life, 3 things I said, the 3 essentials that you cannot live without is good health, mental and physical, good health. I got my stuff. Good health, mental and physical, good relationship, good enough relationship with yourself and the other people that you cannot care to live. You care to live with, or you cannot live without, and financial wealth, financial stability. Those three things, three essential. You have to. They have to. They have to be in your brain. So, in order for you to get them in a balanced way, you have to get the brain tools. We have that. Okay, we have that. If you're struggling with any of these three, if you're struggling with chronic emotional pain, physical illness, reach out to me. We know how to do that. I by the way, I do all these experiments on myself. I just took like let me see. Don't do like me though. You don't have to take them all at once. So I said I reserve 4 to 5 days to take supplements, but I take them all at once. But don't do that though. You can take separate them. You can separate them into, you know, as long as you take them 4 to 5 days. So I'll be talking about the nine to 10 actual supplements that we have to take, because we're now finding out that we have microplastic, like microscopic plastic in our tissues and blood, because everything we touch, even this, is made of plastic. So it's unavoidable. But it's what we can do. They found out that anti-inflammatory ingredients, food, can leach them out, can take them out. So the way to thrive, you don't have to have arthritis. You don't have to, your body doesn't have to degenerate, is to understand how anti-inflammatory ingredients work. They work, guys. The other day it was late. I ate some wild salmon, and the other night I ate some, I ate some Chinese rice. I went to work out. It was night and day. So they work. And I've done the experiment on my knee because I got injured. I don't know, playing soccer or something like that, and I was swollen. I went to the orthopedic, and I could not sleep. And I asked him, "What are you going to do?" He said, "Well, we're going to give you an injection." I told him I'll be back. It's been 4 years. Okay, I went back home. I started doing turmeric, ginger. I started doing turmeric, omega 3, vitamin D. I don't have pain. I still need surgery probably, but I don't have the pain. I'm lifting heavier weight compared to I was lifting like 15 years ago. So I am a skeptic by nature, scientist, skeptic. I think I have it in my genes. Anti-inflammatory things work. That's how we prevent dementia, which is kind of an epidemic. That's how you prevent obesity. That's how you decrease your weight or maintain your weight. That's how you prevent high blood pressure. That's how you prevent chronic gut diseases. That's how you prevent autoimmune diseases that are affecting black women alive. All of them are linked, even cancer, they're linked to their inflammatory processes. People have a hard time. It's kind of unfortunate that we've been so ingrained with the way things are, and they don't want you to change behaviors and habits. Okay, so to wrap up, okay, the way to defeat and overcome self-doubt is to tap into brain science, align what you're trying to do with your core values, and incorporate mindfulness, mindful self-care, and know that you're not doing anything wrong. It's the way your brain is trying to adapt to a fast changing environment. Okay, so follow me, join me, and send me your suggestions and comments. Okay, that way the goal is, if black women are thriving, then the rest of us will be thriving. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Until then, bye. Be kind to yourself.